I had to rage bait myself to be successful. And a lot of you guys would probably have to do the same thing. Cause life was too comfortable, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really see a point in being more successful and getting rich because my life was already comfortable. I was comfortable playing the game all day. I was comfortable hanging out with my friends. I was comfortable texting and calling that bitch, you feel me? I was comfortable, right? But in the end, I had to rage bait myself to become successful. I had to rage bait myself to be able to grow a business to $1 million valuation and what it is today. I had to really focus on making myself angry with my current position. Now, I know a lot of my subscribers come from different backgrounds. Some of y'all might be dead broke. Some of y'all might have grew up middle class. Some of y'all might have grew up upper class. But no matter how you grew up, there's always a level of comfortability that we have with our current position, right? So my problem was I was just too comfortable with the life I was already living. I seen the things. I grew up wanting to have more, but my life was just so comfortable how it was. I didn't have the discipline to get myself to the next level. I didn't have the discipline to want more with my life. I didn't have the discipline to actually want to do more and eventually take care of my family. I didn't have the discipline to do that. I was foreshadowed, and I was comfortable with where I was, and that was the thing that made me angry the most. And I really had to start rage baiting myself to become successful, because I seen people on Instagram. I never really had the problem with comparing myself to other people, more so because I was comfortable where I'm at. I'm like, man, fuck this guy, bro. He has a Lambo. I don't give a fuck. But when I started looking and asking myself questions like, how did he figure it out? How is he able to take care of his family? How does he have this Lambo? How does he able to do this? I really started thinking about it. I'm like, bro, I should be there too. I should be able to retire my mom too. I should be able to buy whatever car I want too. I should be able to have the freedom to do whatever I want too. It shouldn't just be this nigga right here with this yacht behind me. It shouldn't just be these niggas in a high rise. It should be me too. It should be me too. And when I started having to think about that shit, I'm like, bro, I really hate being regular, bro. I really hate being mediocre. I really hate being regular. I'm not, you feel me, living the life I want to live. I damn sure ain't buying the house I want to get. I damn sure ain't getting the dream car I want to drive. I ain't getting the dream girl I want to have. I'm not having anything. I'm just having regular normalcy, right? I'm just being normal. You feel me? And that shit pissed me off, bro. That shit got me so mad. I'm like, I need to do more. I need to be better. And that's what I did. But it didn't start off like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Eventually, like in the beginning, I was just making a lot of plans to do different shit, making a lot of plans, planning. And that might be where you is right now. You making plans. Oh, my life gonna be better once I do this and this and this and that. Oh, let me ask ChatGPT what's the perfect line of business model to go in. Let me ask what every step I should take. Planning and doing all this planning, but you ain't taking no action. That was the point that I was at. I was doing all this planning. Oh, trying to see what exact house I was gonna buy once I got the money. Trying to see what type of car I would buy to get the money. I would option out cars on Forza and GTA and shit, and not actually go out and try to make more money to option out the cars in real life, right? But I had to realize that the more and more that I plan, the more and more that I overthink, because that's a lot of you guys are confusing planning with overthinking. The more and more that I overthink, the less my life became a reality. When I stopped overthinking and started retard maxing, what they call it on the internet now, I just call it locking in and zoning out and pushing towards a goal. But they started to call it retard maxing when I started being a retard and stopped thinking so much with this big brain that God gave me. I actually started to take action towards my goals. I actually started to become a better person and actually take action towards my goals. Because at first I was just too comfortable where I'm at, and that's probably where you are now. You probably got a nice PS5. You probably got a cool little TV, a nice comfortable bed. You probably got people that might take care of you. Your parents might take care of you, whatever. But I promise you, that shit will kill you, bro. Eventually it'll come to a point where all of that shit catches up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The comfortability is like a credit card, you feel me? You just swipe it and swipe it and swipe it, and eventually you're gonna have to pay that bill, bro. Eventually you're gonna have to pay that bill. Eventually something's gonna come up to where you wish you had grinded hard, because you'll be able to take care of this. You feel me? Eventually, you feel me, somebody in your life is gonna get sick and you're gonna wanna help them, but you can't help them because you don't have the resources. You can't help them because you don't have what you're supposed to, you're not the person you're supposed to be yet. Because you pushed it off too long. You took too long to get there. And now this is a consequence of your life, because you did not realize that you were supposed to be the person to take care of everybody. You are supposed to be the person to change your family bloodline. You are supposed to be the person that puts in the work every day, that changes your family's life. But instead, you are being comfortable. You still going out with your friends, you feel me? Going out chasing girls in Las Olas or wherever y'all at, in Miami, Brickell, y'all LARPing, you feel me? Y'all LARPing. When you really supposed to be grinding, taking care of your family, stacking your cheese up so you can really have the Lambo. You don't have to take a picture of another nigga shit so you can really buy the Lambo. You don't have to rent a nigga shit and save up for 3 months so you can rent a Urus and drive in Miami, Brickell Beach for motherfucking 20 motherfucking goddamn hours and have to give over the keys back. You feel me? Some of y'all even getting so down bad. There's niggas renting cars for an hour, bro. An hour, nigga. I seen a nigga renting his Bugatti for an hour for $750, and you get to drive a Bugatti for an hour. I ain't gonna lie, that's a good ass deal. I might have to take that. But instead of you renting these cars, you could really achieve these cars by buying them. You could really, you feel me, get these cars, get these houses, get the penthouse, get whatever you want. You might want to live on a farm. You might want to be old McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. I don't care what you wanted to be, but you sitting back being comfortable is not gonna get you there. It's not gonna get you there at all. All it's gonna do is make you regret not taking action. All it's gonna do is make you think, damn, if I started this a year earlier, damn, if I started this 2 years earlier, 5 years earlier, I would be so much farther. And yes, that's very true. You will be way farther if you just started, if you stop watching everybody else achieve their goals and live their life, and you started being that person to chase that for yourself. When you start being a person that you need to be for yourself, you'll have a different level of respect for yourself. You'll understand that, listen, I'm not the person that I want to be right now, but if I put in this work, if I do what I'm supposed to do, if I chase after this business, if I clock in on my business all my life on self-improvement every day, my life will change. My life will change. It's not like you, a lot of y'all niggas is not physically fat, but you mentally fat. You feel me? If you think that you could just go to the gym one time when you a fat ass nigga and think that you gonna get skinny the next day, that's not how it works. You gotta consistently show up to the gym every day. Every day you gotta essentially walk on a treadmill every day. You gotta run, whatever you do for your cardio every day for you to eventually be skinny. It's the same thing with your mind, and it's the same thing with your finances, with your business, with everything. What you give attention to, it grows. What you don't, it slows, right? So whatever you give your attention to, it grows. You feel me? I know a lot of y'all play the game, right? And if you, Call of Duty, for example, what you give attention to Call of Duty, you're gonna get to level 55. You're gonna get to level and level up, prestige master. But in real life, you're not paying attention to nothing. You're not paying attention to your life. You're not chasing after the dreams. You're not building your business. You're not helping yourself grow as a person. And that's why your life is on level 0 and you on the game is on level 1,500, because you spending so much attention on the game, trying to escape reality, trying to build your reality on a false reality, a video game, instead of actually building a real business and helping yourself grow as a person and gaining respect and friends and connections through this whole thing. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what humans are supposed to do. We aren't supposed to sit away and rot away and be so comfortable. We're builders, right? We build things. We built this world around us. We achieve things. That's what we are supposed to do as people. That's what God has given us over every other mammal being on this world, is that the fact that we have enough brain capacity to build and grow and chase after dreams. Our wildest dreams can become true just like that. Just like that, I promise you. My life wasn't always like this. I wasn't always being able to live in Miami. I wasn't always being able to be comfortable, drive the cars I want, be able to Uber whenever I want to, bro. The thought of that is crazy to me now. Being able to Uber wherever I want, be able to order whatever I want, be able to do whatever I want, has never been a possible thought in my brain. I come from jobs. I come from 9 to 5s. My first ever job was at a truck warehouse, a truck part warehouse where we sold parts on eBay, and I was getting paid $7.50 an hour. You feel me? Yes, we in the South. This is Florida where they'll do you like that, bruh. They'll do you like that. You will get paid $750 an hour. I think it's a little better now. It might be 15, but back then it was week. Every week I was only making like fucking $100, $200 a week. And I never thought that I'll be able to even be able to afford to live in Miami, that I'll be able to be around all this opportunity and chase after my dreams and grow businesses and meet people. You feel me? But until I thought there has to be more to this life. This comfortability that I'm living in, it can't last forever. I had to rage bait myself and look at other people's life and see how much they were doing. I had to rage bait myself to success. I had to really think about it and get mad about it. And the thing that will push you forward the most, the thing that will get you out of a bad situation, and it stayed true through all throughout history. People do the hardest things when they have the most emotional pressure. So I had to turn that rage, I had to turn that anger of where I was and where I wanted to be into action, so I could eventually get to where I wanted to be. So I could eventually become the person that I wanted to become. It was a lot easier said than done how I'm saying it now, but give it 3 months. Give it 3 months. Every day you clock in, you do it for 12 hours a day. It don't matter if you work for 8 hours. You knock out 4, you feel me, towards the business, and you make it to be a sustainable life so you can do it full time. You can do it 12 hours, 14 hours a day. Like me now. So a lot of people look at me crazy. What, you working on the weekend? What, you working on? I like working on the weekends because everybody out and I could just lock in, bro. You feel me? You guys got to lock in. Stop being so comfortable. And look at life around you and see that there's so much more that you can achieve. There's so much more you can do for your family. There's so much more that you can do for your friends. Because I realize not everybody wants these materialistic things in life. Me, personally, I like the toys. They're just toys. But the biggest thing is to be able to do whatever you want and be able to help whoever you want. Be able to help your family if they need it. That's the most important thing, bro. So whether you a man, a woman, whatever you is, a kid, start thinking about these things and start actually progressing in your life. Gain skills that's going to help you. Chase after your passions. Do something other than letting life pass you by. Now it's getting a little windy out here. I ain't gonna lie. I'm damn near about to blow into the water. But I'm going to go ahead and catch y'all boys in the next video. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thanks so much for watching, bro. Lock in on yourself. Work on yourself. Work on your grind. And I promise one day you're going to get there, bro. I promise.